Hola, mi gente. Soy grande papi Brad. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Learning Language Comunes Encuentros. Encuentros. Tros, etros, cuatros, encuentros. Remember, if you have any trouble pronouncing a word, really drill down the spelling and again the associations with the letters. Start with the last syllable and then start pronouncing the syllables backwards. Or in order, but starting with the last one first. So today, just going to, let's just start with, I wanted to follow up from so I'm just going to go through, most of these lessons are going to be in direct response to, again, just these study sheets from Spark Notes, because again, walk into Barnes & Noble, this is the premier thing, the El Primo study guide. So I just want to start with it says using a bilingual dictionary. How do I use a dictionary? I use a dictionary, I use Google Translate, and I know the logic behind the words, and I've done a lot of proofing myself. So I use all three, and then I look around just again to really get word-for-word translation that's mathematically consistent. But on the Spanish idioms and advanced vocabulary sheet, it just has a note here that says, to start, use a dependable dictionary, totally agree. Know what part of speech you're looking for. Again, for instance, looking up the word well could cause a lot of confusions if you don't know whether you need an adjective, adverb, noun, verb, or interjection. Again, even from the mathematical standpoint, we haven't drilled down exactly like nouns, verbs, the order and stuff, but from learning language natively or secondarily, don't worry, don't look up an adjective, don't look up an adverb, don't look up a noun. Again, associate sounds to letters, start translating. And then the forms of the words will be apparent just by the translation itself. It says there may be several choices even for the same part of speech. Again, that's why you don't worry about the names of adjective, adverb, noun. But point number 4, it says, don't try to translate idiomatic expressions word for word. False. In most cases, this will result in misunderstanding. This is, again, if you haven't associated the sounds to the letters, if you haven't trained your vocal cords, because context will define this, right? All of those definitions, again, a lot of very common phrases, and I can see why they say this, right? It's not apparent, right? If you just word for word out of context, it's not apparent. But when you're talking with somebody, or you're at a bar, or you're at a club, or you're at the library, you're on the street, El Calle, the road, right? The context is physically apparent. And so when you're studying the language, you absolutely do want to look it up word for word and along with a translation. So that's just incorrect, and it's point number 4, again on the Primo study guide. In most cases, this will result in understanding. If you can't find the correct translation for an idiomatic expression, avoid using it. I agree with that point, but again, word for word is the exact, you can't say what you don't know. Words are the representation of the logic. So to that point it's definitely the context will be very apparent to the understanding. So definitely translate word for word idiomatic expressions. Translate everything word for word. That's really all I wanted to say there. And so now we're just going to go through Comunes Encuentros, common encounters. Me gusta. What does that mean? Right, very, very common thing. And up here I just have translations. We'll just start with the Spanish phrases, the native things what people say, and then we'll have translations Google. If it's circled in a G, it's a Google translation and community verified, I believe. And then the ones with WW are word for word, and the ones with DD are dictionary definitions from my bilingual University of Chicago national bestseller, completely updated, revised 5th edition. But me gusta, what does that mean, right? Type it into Google, it says I like it. Literally, gusta, gustar, me pleases, you please me. Me pleases me. You please me. Me, you please. Literally, me, you please. You please me. It is pleasing to me. All right. Mucho gusto, right? Typical, like in not even the Google, it says pleasure, but it's a lot, much pleasure, literally much pleasure. But like if you're learning it at school, right, they might say nice to meet you. No, much pleasure. And it's a pleasure, right? I went on vacation in Mexico in 2018, right? It's a pleasure. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's a pleasure, right? They're slurring the it's a pleasure. But that's what mucho gusto means, is pleasure, not like. And again, very, very common phrase. So semantically, definitely wrong, right? I like it. Donde es yo? Me gusta, clearly a conjugated verb and a direct object. Literally, me gusta. Me, you please. Or you please me. But now, if you look it up and this is, semantically this is interesting to me, gustar versus placer. Placer, I think. I didn't check the pronunciation. But literally, linguistically, clearly placer is closer to pleasure than gustar. But gustar is the only expressions on these sheets. They don't even use placer. And it's not even in, like it's not, like they have a bunch of other listed verbs, and it's not even, no, it's not on this one. The verb sheet's over there, but I'm pretty sure it's not even listed like on the, they have like 15 verbs conjugated with all the conjugations, and then like 50 other verbs. So it's interesting to me historically and linguistically and evolutionary of language why people would use gustar as opposed to placer. Again, like ser, hacer, placer. Pretty sure that's right. And then just another thing, looking up gustar versus placer in the dictionary, you come across encantado, which is an adjective, so it's not really like it's not an infinitive verb, but encantado means delighted. If you look it up in the dictionary, but if you type it into Google, I'm pretty sure it says enchanted in Google as well, but word for word and clearly linguistically it's closer into enchanting. And I just have enchanting word for word underlined with the ing, because right, enchanted, right? It's still an adjective, but it's past tense. Enchanting would be again not a verb, but more general extension. De donde eres? Right here on this page, where the encounters go, it says de donde eres. What does it say? Where are you from? De donde, or it says, de donde es usted? From where is you? De donde eres usted is literally from where is you? That sounds super slang, but that's what that says. De donde eres, from where are you? Word for word. Where are you from is donde eres de. Donde, where, eres, you, from, de. And de donde eres de is not even on here as where are you from greeting. It has de donde eres and de donde es usted. The de donde es usted is where is you, from where is you? From where is you, bro? Hombre, mano. De donde es usted? But we use the usted, so that's formal. And I thought that was pretty funny. Como te llama? How you call you. How you call you. And on here it says, what's your name? Or that's, what's your name? Literally it says that. No. What's your name? ¿Qué es usted nombre? What is your name? That's what is your name. Alright, me llamo, I call me. Me, I call. Literally word for word, me llamo. Again, the direct object being in front of the conjugated verb is the only slight difference from English structurally. But me, I call Brad. Me llamo Brad. Look at me. Me llamo Brad Alvarez de Mexico. Hola. Alright, let me restart the board with some other phrases. So those are some greetings, common encounters. Now let's do just some more phrases, but are like departures, leaving, goodbye, adios. But I don't have adios, that's probably actually goodbye. But hasta luego, that's a very common phrase. Hasta, till. If you look it up literally in that dictionary, it will say till. But in English, that's the till. I don't think till, like, it's no context when it's a till. I would think like a verb, tilling the land, like hoeing the land. But in slang or just in casual conversation, everyone slurs to till, like until, till. But interesting to see the word till in Spanish translation from hasta luego. But until, and then it has afterwards, then, or next. I would say next. Again, I'm not luego. I could improve on that word, syllable by syllable definitions. But this is just what it says in the dictionary. Luego, afterwards, then next, same syllables. But I would say, all right, until afterwards, no. Semantically, no. Until then, maybe. Until next. Semantically, hasta luego. Semantically makes the most sense to say until next vase time. Hasta pronto, literally till, until, pronto, right? English, pronto, stat, quick, right? Dictionary definition, it'll say until quick, but that doesn't make any sense. So until pronto, word for word, pronto still makes sense, but soon. Hasta pronto. It will, until quickly again. Hasta mañana, mañana, ana, yana, mañana, until morning. That's word for word, literally dictionary. I think it's also in the dictionary, but that's word for word correct. One preposition, until morning. See you in the morning. Hasta la próxima, I think it's Proxima, Mexico, Proxima. But little more interesting semantically, till, until. I have the closeness in quotations because that's my translation, and then in a parentheses, approximate. Clearly, la Proxima is about proximate, closeness. It's approximately, it's local, it's near. Like I would say lo Proxima semantically means near, but I would say near, closeness, until the closeness. In the context we're speaking, hasta la Proxima, whatever we're saying, it's going to be, we're anticipating it's going to happen soon. And again, these are all phrases off the encounters, los encuentros, on the Spark Notes. No hey de que, it's got a little rhyme to it, little rhythm to it, but literally haber, to have, the writing, to have, supporting verb. Don't have, from that. Word for word, what does it say on here? Where does this go? Sorry, I was just going to read all of the word for word translations. We'll just start to hasta luego. Right, they have see you later. No. Until next. Hasta mañana, they have see you tomorrow. No. Until morning. Literally morning, right? Tomorrow, there's a morning in tomorrow. Hasta la próxima, until next time. Right there, they have until correctly. Next time. Alright, hasta una otra vez, until another time. But it's a bit bad translation on their part. No hey de que, where did that go? Where is that at? I don't know, I'll read through them all and see which one I missed. But those are the ones that we've covered. Quizá, just some prepositions. Quizás, excuse me. Maybe, quizá, quizás, maybe, but dictionary and word for word. And just from when I was looking it up, right, acaso, this was interesting to me. Acaso, perhaps, talvez. If you look up perhaps from the English to the Spanish, it'll say talvez, right? Que tal, that throws me. Again, how that logically gets to what's up or casual greeting. The dictionary definition, acaso goes to perhaps goes to talvez. And again, tall, but I don't know what tall is at all, but time. And talvez, word for word, to me says such time. If we go from, what such time. So going back to que tal, what such time? That kind of makes sense to me logically. Que talvez, right? An implied vase. V-E-Z, English spelling. That was just like a Spanish conjecture I just had. I think that makes sense, or gives me more insight to what que tal comes from. What such makes no sense. What such time makes a little bit of sense to me. So now just reading, those are the encounters I wanted to cover. Comunes Encuentros. Right, por favor, we already covered those. Buenos dias, good morning. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes, right, good afternoon. Tardes, late. Retarded, slow. Tardy, late. Buenas noches, good evening, good night. Hola, adios, goodbye. Hasta pronto, agree with that. Que pase buen dia, that, pass, good day. They have is have a nice day. Estoy bien, I am well. I am muy bien, estoy muy bien, I am very well. Agree. Así, so, agree. Alright, see, it has que tal on here. How's it going? Bien, fine. But I really think it's que tal with an implied vase. What such time? I think that's the literal translation. What was the no hey K? Where did I see that? I literally can't even find it on here. It says no problem. It says no, there it is. It says no problem. No hey de K. Don't have from that. Right? De nada, from nothing, is more proximate semantically than to no problem than no hey de K. But interesting, clear rhyme, no hey, negative verb, preposition. That's an interesting phrase, no hey de que. Más o menos, they have is not bad, that's more or less, we've covered that since Nam, like Vietnam, like a long time ago. What was anything else? Oh yeah, they have, right, quería presentarle a. I want to present it to. I want to present. And it says, I like you to meet. Quiero, I want. Quería. Again, my vocabulary is not that extensive, but again, clear future tense conjugation. Presentarle, present, right, le at the end, present him, probably him conjugation, to, right, and then it has le presento a, the him I present to, yeah, him I present to, well, the le is not, that's not, it would have been ayo, not ayo, le, I'm thinking French now, but the presentation to, le presento a, the presentation to, this is, esta es, this is, esta es Brad, esta, this, eso, esa, that. So, those are some Comunes Encuentros that I wanted to cover, and I hope you learned something. Again, translate word for word absolutely. 100% make sure you can pronounce the words correctly from the letters. You can work backwards syllable from syllable and pronounce the words correctly or get very close. So I look up some pronunciations just to make sure I articulate them correctly, only because I don't speak Spanish in any normal day-to-day time frames. But like when you're speaking, if you're speaking based and not translation based, it is so much epically harder because you will everyone's intuitively, if you speak any languages at all, you will start, right, the structure is not that different. You will start making approximations and not actually internalize it because you'll just understand it as it happens. So really translate, really put down your letters to sounds. Thank you for watching Learning Language.